From her humble beginnings as a teenage country sensation to becoming one of the most powerful and influential pop icons of the 21st century, Taylor Swift's career is nothing short of remarkable. With each album, she has reinvented her sound, challenged industry norms, and stayed true to her storytelling roots. But how did a small-town girl with a guitar go on to conquer global pop culture? What drove Taylor Swift to shed her country persona and embrace the full spectrum of mainstream music? Join us as we talk about the fascinating transformation of Taylor Swift, an evolution marked by fearless creativity, bold decisions, and unmatched success. Early beginnings, a country star in the making. Taylor Swift was born on December 13, 1989, in Reading, Pennsylvania. At a young age, she developed an interest in music, particularly country music. Her family relocated to Nashville, Tennessee, the heart of country music, to help her pursue her dreams. Swift signed with Big Machine Records in 2005, and soon she became the embodiment of young, hopeful ambition. Her self-titled debut album, Taylor Swift, 2006, introduced her to the world as a 16-year-old country singer with a knack for storytelling. The album produced hit singles like Tim McGraw and Teardrops on My Guitar, both of which highlighted her raw emotions and youthful experiences. Her lyrics, full of small-town nostalgia and tales of young love, struck a chord with country fans across America. Swift's relatable persona, combined with her ability to write catchy yet poignant lyrics, helped her stand out in the crowded country scene. By the time her second album, Fearless, 2008, was released, she had firmly established herself as a country star. This album elevated her fame, with tracks like Love Story and You Belong With Me becoming anthems for young people navigating love and relationships. Fearless earned Swift numerous accolades, including 4 Grammy Awards, making her the youngest artist ever to win Album of the Year. The subtle shift, experimenting with pop elements. Although Taylor Swift's early work was deeply rooted in country music, hints of her eventual shift to pop started appearing during this period. On Fearless, songs like You Belong With Me and Love Story carried a pop-country crossover appeal, featuring upbeat melodies and hooks that extended beyond traditional country radio. Her third album, Speak Now, 2010, continued this trend. The album was still grounded in country, but Swift's songwriting was evolving. Tracks like Mine and Sparks Fly retained her country roots, but songs like The Story of Us and Haunted introduced more prominent pop rock influences. Swift was beginning to experiment with her sound, expanding beyond the confines of country, though she wasn't ready to shed the label just yet. Swift's knack for blending genres was apparent in Speak Now, as the album sold over 1 million copies in its first week. Her ability to maintain her authenticity while incorporating elements of other genres laid the groundwork for the monumental transformation that would soon come. The Breakaway, Red, and the arrival of Pop Taylor. In 2012, Taylor Swift released Red, an album that signified a bold and deliberate move toward pop music. Though Red still featured country elements, the record leaned heavily into pop, rock, and even electronic influences. Swift described the album as a reflection of the tumultuous, crazy, insane, intense, semi-toxic relationships she had experienced during the time. It was a collection of emotions and genres that mirrored the complexity of her experiences. Songs like We Are Never Ever Getting Back Together, I Knew You Were Trouble, and 22 were massive hits that resonated with a broader, more mainstream audience. These songs marked a turning point in Swift's sound, with their catchy pop hooks, electronic beats, and glossy production. The track I Knew You Were Trouble, in particular, received praise for its innovative blend of pop and dubstep elements, a clear departure from her country roots. Red was a critical and commercial success, but it also sparked debates about Swift's identity as an artist. Was she still a country singer, or had she crossed over to pop? Swift herself acknowledged the duality of the album, referring to it as a genre-bending project. The blurring of boundaries in Red was a clear precursor to her full-fledged dive into pop music. The Transformation, 1989, and the pop queen emerges. Swift's complete transition to pop came with her 5th studio album, 1989, released in 2014. The album was a clear statement. Taylor Swift was now a pop artist. With 1989, Swift embraced synthesizers, electronic beats, and polished production, leaving behind the last remnants of her country music past. Inspired by 1980s synth pop, 1989 was a cohesive and polished pop album, packed with radio-friendly hits like Shake It Off, Blank Space, Style, and Bad Blood. The album's lead single, Shake It Off, was a fun, energetic track about ignoring criticism and embracing individuality, a theme that would define Swift's pop persona in the coming years. Blank Space showed her witty and self-aware side, playfully addressing the media's portrayal of her love life. 1989 was not only a commercial triumph, but also earned widespread critical acclaim. Swift became the first woman to win the Grammy Award for Album of the Year twice, a testament to her ability to master a new genre and completely reinvent herself. With the success of 1989, Swift cemented her place as a pop icon. The album sold over 10 million copies worldwide and produced numerous chart-topping singles. It was also a reflection of Swift's growing confidence as an artist, no longer defined by a specific genre, but by her creative instincts and storytelling prowess. Reinventing image and sound. Reputation era. After the massive success of 1989, Swift's next move was highly anticipated, and she did not disappoint. In 2017, she released Reputation, an album that showcased a darker, edgier side of her persona. Gone were the glittery romantic anthems of her past. In their place were songs that dealt with betrayal, media scrutiny, and personal vengeance. The lead single, Look What You Made Me Do, was a bold declaration that the old Taylor was gone. The song featured a thumping, menacing beat and a chorus that was more spoken than sung, a stark contrast to her previous work. It was a reinvention not only of her sound, but also of her public image. Swift used Reputation to address the media narratives surrounding her, particularly the highly publicized feuds with Kanye West, Kim Kardashian, and other celebrities. The album blended pop, electropop, and trap influences, with songs like Ready for It and Delicate showing off her versatility as a pop artist. Reputation was another commercial success, though it divided critics. Swift was no longer the innocent, heartbroken country girl. She had embraced a more complex, multifaceted persona. The Reputation Stadium Tour, which became one of the highest-grossing tours of all time, solidified her status as a pop titan. Swift had moved beyond simply making music. She was now a cultural force. A return to lyrical roots, Lover and folklore. After the darkness of Reputation, Swift returned with a brighter, more romantic sound on Lover, 2019. The album was a blend of upbeat pop tracks and introspective ballads, signaling yet another shift in her musical direction. Songs like Me and You Need to Calm Down were playful and vibrant, while tracks like The Archer and Lover were more introspective and heartfelt. In 2020, Swift surprised the world with Folklore, an indie folk-inspired album that marked a departure from her typical pop sound. Released during the COVID-19 pandemic, Folklore was a quieter, more introspective album, filled with stories about fictional characters and personal reflections. Songs like Cardigan and Exile, featuring Bon Iver, showcased her storytelling abilities, while the stripped-down production allowed her songwriting to take center stage. Following the release of Folklore in July 2020, Taylor Swift surprised fans once again by dropping Evermore just 5 months later, in December of the same year. Both albums were a significant departure from her previous pop-centric sound, showcasing a more subdued, indie folk approach that resonated deeply with listeners and critics alike. Folklore introduced a new, introspective side of Swift, characterized by its atmospheric production, reflective lyrics, and a shift towards storytelling that delved into fictional narratives and personal introspection. The critical acclaim for Folklore was overwhelming, with the album not only receiving praise for its artistic and lyrical depth, but also earning Swift her third Album of the Year Grammy at the 2021 awards. This accolade made her the first female artist in history to achieve this milestone, underscoring her exceptional versatility and enduring relevance in the music industry. The subsequent release of Evermore further solidified Swift's reputation as a genre-defying artist. While Evermore continued the folk and alternative influences of its predecessor, it also introduced fresh elements and storytelling techniques, showcasing Swift's ability to seamlessly switch between genres while maintaining her distinctive voice and creativity. The re-recording era, taking back control. In 2021, Taylor Swift took a groundbreaking step in her career by re-recording her first 6 studio albums. This bold move came in response to a highly publicized dispute between Swift and her former record label, Big Machine Records, as well as music executive Scooter Braun, who had acquired the rights to her original master recordings in a business deal Swift described as heartbreaking. The controversy centered around Braun's purchase of Big Machine, which gave him control over the masters of her her early work, prompting Swift to assert that she had been denied the opportunity to buy back her own music. Conclusion: a pop icon with endless potential. Taylor Swift's transformation from country star to pop icon is a testament to her ability to adapt, grow, and reinvent herself while staying true to her artistic vision. Over the years, she has navigated the complexities of fame, industry changes, and personal challenges with grace and resilience. Her journey is not just a genre shift. It is a story of personal evolution, creative risk-taking, and unparalleled success. From her early country hits to her genre-defying pop anthems, Taylor Swift has proven that she is not confined by labels or expectations. She continues to push boundaries and set new standards in the music industry, making her one of the most influential artists of her generation. As Swift continues to release new music and expand her creative horizons, it's clear that her story is far from over. The transformation of Taylor Swift is ongoing, and the world is eager to see where she goes next.